In this video, we can talk about the different type of nanomaterials application with the different categories. Here we have 6 different phases, but today we are going to be discuss about the phase 1 nanotechnology and the future of fuel cells. As we know, the fuel cells are one possible alternative to fossil fuel like gasoline. Then, what is fuel nanotechnology? So, fuel nanotechnology is derived from chemical energy into electrical energy, which is using a redox reaction, combining hydrogen fuel with oxygen from air. From most batteries require a constant source of oxygen and fuel to sustain the chemical reaction. Generally, in batteries, we know energy comes from metals and other oxides or ions, which means that are already stored inside the battery. Those materials run out means the battery dies. So what we understand, yeah, as long as a fuel cell has a supply of oxygen and fuel, it can keep producing power continuously. In order to understand here, the concept of the fuel cells is not a new. The first fuel cells was invented by William Grove way back in 1839, originally dubbed the gas battery. The initially design has been improved upon over the decades since to become our modern fuel cell. What is our modern fuel cell exactly? The modern is that the scientists have been used nanotechnology to develop vastly superior fuel cell and advanced design to drive into further for automatic fuel cell and Bitcoin. So that only I have mentioned here our goal of zero emission vehicles and eliminating our reliance on fuel cells. So, with our understanding, nanotechnology is improving the design and durability of fuel cells and may eventually lower the cost of production. Then, how nanotechnology is used in cell production? How is the fabricating or the design and the mechanism? Examples of the hydrogen fuels is that as hydrogen H2 means going in anode in that regions one side in another side in the oxygen it's a our anode side is a hydrogen and cathode side it's a O2 hydrogen O2 oxygen. So when it's a loaded from positive charge to negative charge shows much energy that the fuel cells can provide and the low waste products or water and heat, which means the fuel cell can include a catalyst such as platinum to improve the catalytic performance. In our cases, firstly we need to understand nanotechnology is now being implemented to optimize the materials, fuel cell and the process involved in fuel cell productions. It will take for advanced performance for hydrogen storage. Likely combustion, for example, likely combustion engine, fuel cell requires air and fuel. So to produce to power of vehicles. Then what type of catalysis we are going to be used right now? Platinum. So platinum is much better compared to graphene structure. So why platinum so important? Platinum is very high expensive raw material. The ability is not easy to ability to break down particles of platinum. These platinum nanoparticles can make a catalyst such more efficient while reducing the overall amount of platinum required. In addition, size of the platinum nanoparticles to the point of durable doubling catalytic performance when compared of those currently used in commercial fuel cell application. In another form, nanoreactor biofuels. Nanoreactor biofuel harnesses the power of nature. Exactly what does it mean? The power of nature. It's me. In order to understand that is two different productions. One in here, the conventional fuel cells production. As we know, the conventional fuel cell productions of a crude oil extraction and storage and refining, such is called ASTM production. The ATM productions, roughly we can understand, is called about high CO2 emissions. High CO2 emissions. In another form, we talk about the conventional production fuel cells. So, relatively opposite of the conventional production is a biofuel production. It's a biofuel production, the full stretch from one end to the another end, which is the waste from fuel stack, and then they convert into like a lignocellulose or sugar. They need to convert it into the yeast process. So the other process it's reached to AMSM conditions. But we easily to understand in the scientific point of view, the production is based on one bioethanol and another is the biobutanol. So we can understand easily the bioethanol bioproduction is we talk about ASTM standards, which ASTM standards relatively goes to low emission, low CO2 emissions. So the biofuels we are recommending the for biofuels it's nearly encouraging to need of the platinum into the reactor using fermentation. This nuclear reactor in both biodegradable and sustainable. So the next step in the project will be incorporating the bio-based bio-based technology into solar powered energy production system. The another way, the cobalt graphene catalysis. Cobalt graphene catalysis source. Cobalt graphene catalysis mechanism slow but start faster to the finish. In other way to understand to easily, there is like hexagon shape fuel cell applications. Talk about the case one. It's about good chemical stability, and second point it's a relay exponential electrochemical performance. Third is electrical excellent mechanical strength, and the high fourth point is high electrical conductivity performance. Finally, large surface areas. In order to understand according to the 5 points, there is a possibility. So there is a possibility new catalytic might be able to produce replace platinum into the fuel development. With the cobalt, the role of the cobalt to form a new nanomaterials that could offer the best reduction performance. The reduction performance of any platinum replacement in fuel cell technology. So in that note, we understand while the properties are similar to platinum, the cost is far less. In order to understand the PEMFCS, PEFMS, as you know very well about the proton exchange membrane fuel cells. The proton exchange membrane fuel cells, in addition to catalysis, nanotechnology can help significantly improve fuel cell performance, including a proton exchange membrane is called the PEM, developed by various researchers and various universities with different ideas. The proton exchange member consists of a five-layer of porous silicon over 5 nanometer in diameter thick silicon. As we can see the graph, there is a two different set of graph here. One is the external circuit here, one is the external circuit, and another one is the another way of another form of the circuits. When we can see is the fuel cell, we are talking about the hydrogen, and the fuel, hydrogen is the fuel, is H2, oxygen is the air. So there is a different, as already we see the different, the role of the, what is the role of the anode, and what is the role of the, and what is the role of the cathode, and what type of the membranes we are using, electrolyte membrane. So this is a really very a recent approaches is based on the FEM fuel cells. So water stage the application, in order to understand, water stay in the nanopores of the silica layer to combine with acid molecules. So that means that the acid molecules, that means we have to understand the acid solution formed by the water in the silica nanopores helps hydrogen ion passes through the membrane. The results in a membrane that perform 100 times better in low humidity condition that conventional fuel cell membranes. In the other note of nanotechnology assisted hydrogen storage, the graphene, as you know, the real applications of the graphene, we can see in the picture in the particular slides, graphene impurities, irregularities. It's called about the red dotted or atoms like that, or really eliminated through annealing. Image from the Kuning et al. 2014, used with performance of Asia Society. So what we understand from the slide, there is from our left hand side is talking about, our left hand side is talking about particularly is impurity or irregularities of that composites, or in other note, in other side, after annealing temperatures reach to 2200 degrees Celsius, we can see the um, 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 100% purity annealed products. With the annealed products, what are the applications? And as we know, the graphene is usually from another aspects of the fuel cell energy storage applications, and then hydrogen is the most performing fuel alternative into the automatic industry due to the clean burning characteristics, right? And then how hydrogen fuel cell have certain limitations such as efficiency, size, and challenges with making sure that store hydrogen safe inside the very flammable. The another 2 points about these are just as a few of the most exciting way nanotechnologies opening the new frontier in the development of hydrogen fuel cells. With a new discovery, with each and new discoveries, society comes closer to the fossil-free future. So these are the 5 to 7 references based on the previous, is based on the previous slide. So you can refer and to get, you can get more information. So those I saw that basically hope you have get a idea and to different type of materials and the classifications as well. So those, if you want example problems on these topics, feel free fetch the link into the